If you're looking for all the answers, I don't have them. But what I do have is a particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people who mislead, misinform, or misrepresent the sports card industry. So if you don't do that, I'll let it go. That'll be all. But if you do, we're going to talk about you. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Sports Card Investigator. My name is Andy, your host, and the aforementioned Sports Card Investigator. Can you believe it? This is the 21st episode. Who would have thought it would last this long? The Sports Card Investigator Show. And today we are going to go over those questions, concerns, comments about the episode before last when we talked about resolutions and what a response did I get. Just insightful questions and comments. Just great. What I want to say too is, as I promised, I'm going to give out some prizes to guys that I picked that gave out some of the questions and comments on the last episode. Check your comments. And if you see me commenting with the word winner from Sports Card Investigator, then please respond with your Instagram handle and I will take it from there. Before I get into some of the questions and comments and criticisms, I want to quickly mention one thing. I've been getting a lot of questions and I saw a lot of stuff on Discord about PayPal, and they are issuing their 1099 K, and people are like, what do we do? What do we do? Pay your taxes. Simple, right? I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an accountant. This is only my advice to you. If you get a 1099K, so is the IRS. So you have to pay the taxes that you made selling your sports cards. Simple. Simple. That's it. You guys can do what you want. Free will. But people have asked, what do we do if we get that 1099K from PayPal? Simple. Pay your taxes. So, first, before we get going, I would like to thank the many content creators that have commented on this, my last episode that we're talking about now, the episode before last, as well as others who've reached out to me on Instagram, who messaged me back and forth, who I've become great friends with and have building relationships. I think that's what it's all about. We learn from each other. If I don't mention you, don't hold it against me, but I'm the people that that have reached out. Chris from House of Jordans, Jordan from Sports Card Analytics, because I'm Carlos, Jeremy from Sports Card Live, New England Pieces, Jake from 90s Basketball Cards, Cardi C, Mike, Ziggy No, Dustin, the Personal Finance Dad, Brett from Stacking Slabs, Tim from Mountain State Cardboard, Chris Sports Card PT, all you guys. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the back and forth that we have. Sometimes we don't agree, but that's what it's all about. I just really appreciate your guys' insight and the vote of confidence that you guys have given me over the last 6 months with my channel. So thank you guys so very much. So with that said, let's jump in to some of the questions and comments that I received, and there were some great ones. First question or comment, Tim A said, this year I plan on consolidating a large portion of my collection, selling off and reinvesting into players like Kobe, MJ, LeBron, and growing my Kobe PC is a top priority this year. Love the content. Thank you very much, Tim. I appreciate it. I am hearing a lot about consolidation this year. If your goal is to get rid of some cards to gain capital to get cards you want, terrific. This is what you got to do, right? That is a great system. Makes fiscal sense. Like to hear what how your Kobe collection goes. In fact, maybe I'll send you a couple Kobe cards to get your PC started. Aaron David, great stuff. Huge Revolution fan. I think it's highly underrated in terms of appearance and pop reports. This year I'm looking to have no impulsive buys. Wow, that is easier said than done with everyone on the fear of missing out Anytime a guy has a great game, you feel like, oh, I got to get him. We all fall victim to that. I have fell victim to that. Self-control is the key. And just try to get a handle on your emotions as best you can, and you'll be fine. Chase Tyler, I've been collecting everything I can get, but for this year, I think I'm going to focus on just a certain team and player. I preached this in a few episodes back. You got to have a plan, right? If we do not have a plan, failure to plan, we're planning to fail, right? So always have a plan going forward and stick to it. Stick to it the best you can. That'll give you the best opportunity for success. The League. Focus on submitting PSA cards spaced out monthly so I have them incoming down the pipeline. Something I procrastinated with all of 2020. Then in turn using the profits from selling those slabs to fund cards for my PC. Sound strategy. That's what I do. Once you start that pipeline going, you're submitting cards every month. Then as time goes, you'll start getting them back on a regular basis. Perfect strategy. I employ it myself. DAC. I want to sell cards of players I don't believe in long term and get more into the late 90s retired Hall of Famers with lower print runs. That's what it's all about, right? There is no need to hold players that you do not believe in. I guess my question is, why do we have players we don't believe in the first place? Things change. Players' position with teams change. Coaches change. New players are drafted. Players, on the court for players, time on the court changes because of different circumstances. Things happen. You're right. Don't hold on to a dog if you don't have to. Let them go. And don't be, like I told you guys before, don't be afraid to cut loose guys if you don't believe in them. And when certain things happen in their playing status, time to cut bait before we're stuck with a paperweight. The Fifth Beatle. I love that name. I'm old enough to know what that means. Thank you for your video. Good points. However, I did notice that you did not start talking about the subject that is the title of your video until 15 minutes in. Therefore, I personally found it kind of hard to keep focused. I'm not saying I thought the information that you provided at the beginning was not good information, but I was wondering when you're going to get to the main subject. I noticed that on at least one other video. This is just my opinion. Despite this, I thought you brought up good points. Thanks. I know old habits die hard. Sometimes I get sidetracked. Sometimes I try to squeeze some stuff in there that I thought would be helpful to you guys. Constructive criticism taken, guilty as charged. I will make a concerted effort to get to the point faster. Sports card analytics. There'll always be deals. I bought enough in 2020. For 2021, I'm focused on grading and selling until my inventory is down maybe 80%. So this may mean I'm skipping the current draft class and rookies. Awesome comment. This hobby is fluid and we have to adjust our buying and selling all the time to make sure, and once again, beating a dead horse, we give ourselves the best opportunity to succeed, right? This is not a one-size-fits-all industry. Do what works, do what's best for you, stick with the plan. You'll be successful. Thank you. Sports Card Analytics. Michael L., my favorite comment. He didn't say that, I said this. Interesting, you spent 30 minutes talking about vetting and factual accuracy of content creators, then cite a fractional share video at the end of your video that contains several inaccuracies of its own. Great comment. Thank you for sharing that. I noticed right after you sent that, I went over to Cardi C's video and I saw you started a relationship or a conversation with Cardi C. He actually pinned a comment on his comments, redundant, and talked about this specifically. And you guys look like you're on the right track and you're getting stuff straight. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the type of conversation that we need in the industry. I don't think it's right. I question it. You question it. We go to the source. We figure it out. If this video facilitated that and now we're on the right track, then my goal has been surpassed, right? This is excellent. Thank you, Michael. Excellent. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I know you and Cardi C have been talking. That's what it's all about. DePeasy 4151. Last year, I lost my job. Unemployment failed me, but card saved me. This year, I predict will be the greatest year in sports cards so far. A lot of money to be made. Let's get our share. What a great attitude, DePeasy. I hope that your 2020 is off to a good start. I hope you are finding success in your next job. I wish you nothing but success for the upcoming year. Your attitude is fantastic, and thank you for that comment. Oh no, that's the guy whose comment this was. Oh no, goal for 2021, find sports card in the retail wild environment. These beasts are becoming more and more extinct. A year and a half ago, it was possible, not anymore. Funny story. Not that, this. A few weeks ago, I had some family over, and I used it as an excuse to have my wife cook up her world famous prime rib. Since there's only the two of us, doesn't happen very often. So I used that as an excuse. Got it back from the butcher, didn't know how much it weighed, went to Target to get a food scale, walked by the card aisle, and I saw a blaster and a hanger of Hoops Premium. Couldn't believe it. Took a double take. Looked around, make sure I wasn't set up getting punked in any way. Walked over, grabbed them. It was like an enigma wrapped up in a paradox. It was crazy. I felt like the guys from the Curse of Oak Island, if they ever hit the money pit, which, between you and me, I don't think they're going to hit the money pit, but I keep watching. It's crazy. But I found something that should not be that hard to find, and I get it 100%. Let's hope going forward that those of you guys who are searching out retail can find it. Maybe there'll be better days ahead, but that is quite the goal, to go find retail in the wild. Be the one. Oh, this kind of bothered me, this comment. Not so much that it was a bad comment, but I kind of know where you're coming from. It says, I'm new to investing side, recollecting, and this video hit home for me. I like to be more educated in sports card collecting and investing. The reason is I had posted a question on another sports card content provider's video asking, should we grade or not grade one of ones? It's a great question. We can go into another video, things to consider. I never got an answer from the guy, though someone else commented. It was a condescending comment towards me and others, as well as questioning my intellect in the hobby. I thought it was a legitimate question. It was to ask, and I could tell, given the short research that I did, it's a touchy subject in the hobby. Then it hit me. This jerk and his decades of experience in the game made me realize if I don't become educated, one, I can't articulate and defend my position in a logical and well thought out process, and two, the same jerk and his decades of experience can be the same person to swindle me out of cards that have a huge upside or sell me cards that leave me in a losing position that I cannot recover from. Thanks for making the videos. Always look forward to them. I'm learning a lot from you. Well, thank you. I learn a lot from you guys also, and there's no excuse for that. Everybody preaches, help in the hobby, and that's what we should do. No one should be blown off on a question. We're all starting off in different aspects of the hobby, and that's why the people I mentioned prior, they're good people out there. Ask them. They will be happy to answer your questions. I guess I get to use my quote of the day from George Buck. He said, there are no dumb questions, but there are plenty of people who give dumb answers. I mean, that's what it is, right? Education, don't be afraid to, don't get turned off by this one guy because he either didn't answer or the other guys who just were not giving you the proper answers that you deserve. But I get it. Anytime you have a question, feel free to contact me. And if I can't get you the answer, I will find out someone who can. Next comment from the Wallaby family. Great video, but I think you're dead wrong on the group submissions. I sent a 20-day submission straight to PSA in July, have not received my cards back. As an experiment, I sent a 20-day submission in July and received my cards in the middle of December. I believe turnaround times are huge in this space. I also inspected my cards, took excellent pictures of them, to make sure I was receiving the same card back. Definitely received my cards because that was a concern. Of course, the people who want total control don't mind waiting 12 months to get their card back. Please be my guest. That's an excellent point. That's something that should have been brought up by the content creator. I can't submit 20 days. Economy's gone. But that was never brought up. The thing that I brought up in the video was not that there isn't some pros to using a submitter, only that the content creator said, one, PSA makes it impossible for you to submit on your own. That's not true. And they prefer having a submitter over an individual. I called and asked, and that wasn't true either. Your comment is well taken. Your comment was informative because guess what? If you want something back in 4 or 5 months, the only way we can do that, if we're not going up to that $50 or $75 grade, is use a submitter. Excellent, and thanks for bringing that out. So that's it for this episode. Quick, down and dirty. Wanted to get it out there, answer some questions. Remember, check your comments. If you see me comment winner, comment back with your Instagram handle. I'll be in touch with you. I will send you guys a little something. We are over 800 subscriptions now. Crazy, crazy. We are well on our way. This community is growing. I can't appreciate you guys enough. So with that, until next time, take care.